Bite my tongue? Never. See, what they don't know is they're tuning in to DBYC podcast, and I'm just discovering the world around me.
Kaisha, I love you.
It be like God is telling you to keep going.
You quit on yourself, you really down bad.
Tune in Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to DBYT Podcast with your host, Aisha. Today is Valentine's Day, or as some people like to call it, Single Awareness Day. Right? So I just want to talk about it and the significance of Valentine's Day and what it meant to me growing up, and just hit a few points real quick just so y'all can hear my voice, because I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I'm coming back. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So first and foremost, if you do have a Valentine's, whether it's your man, your girl, your friends, your whoever is spoiling you today or doing whatever for you today, showing you affection, showing appreciation, make sure, especially if you're going out, go out and have fun and be safe. That's the most important thing. There's people who have ill intent, but you just have to, be able to pick out those bad pieces of fruit, throw them out, and keep it moving. So always check your surroundings when you're out, especially if you're out with a group of girls, because everybody knows how that goes. We talked about that here on the show once before, how sometimes men get a little aggressive when they see a group of women. But stand your ground, be strong, be smart, and do what you got to do to make sure that you remain safe throughout the night. I want to talk about how Valentine's Day through my younger years up to now. So elementary school, everybody knows, we all had to buy the Valentine's Day cards for everybody in the classroom. Even if you didn't like these people, you really had to make sure that people felt loved and seen. Now, I don't totally agree with the phenomenon. I feel like if I have a group of friends and that's who I want to, be like, oh, I appreciate you, I love you, girl, da-da-da, woo-woo. That's what I feel like they should do. I honestly don't feel like, especially, I'm going to say up until first grade. Had to think about it. Maybe up until third grade, because I feel like third grade is a more, you're figuring out who you are as a younger person. So maybe from pre-K to second grade, give them to the whole class. But after that, it's free game. All that, we need to make sure equality, no. It's annoying, because people will be knowing what they be doing and knowing why they are liked, because they be doing stuff to make people not like them. I used to really did not like that, because I would have a real bad attitude, especially if it was somebody who would either pick on you or talk about you all the time, or you just know they blatantly just didn't like you because of a characteristic you held, or whatever the case may be. But those are some of my cases where I just was I hate that I have, and that's a strong word, but I really hated showing people oh yeah, here's your card, or some candy to go with it, because it's yo, you don't do nothing but torment me all day long, and now on this one little day I have to show you that I like you. Next, please bring me the check. Anyways, middle school, that's when everybody really started having boyfriends and girlfriends and for show things, and for me, I would have boyfriends here and there, but never never on Valentine's Day. God forbid I had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day, especially in middle school. Oh my gosh. So I remember core memories, actually seeing people asking others to be their Valentines, or spoiling them with all these extravagant gifts and stuff. They just bring them candy and bears and flowers and the whole 9 yards in middle school. And I'm just looking am I really seeing this right now? Am I lame or something? What is going on? But really, it was just a setup to be hey, it's okay, it's all right, I didn't envy them. I was just dang, what's wrong with me? But wasn't nothing wrong with me, because every single year that I could remember up to a certain point, like my dad will always get me stuff. Like I come home and I see it on the bed or whatever, and I just be like, it just make my whole day. It's like all that stuff that I had just seen at school where everybody's holding hands, doing this, doing that, and then I come home and somebody who loves me and adores me got me something, you know. So it always was appreciated, and it was like, that's the stuff that matters. And I think a lot of people overlook that, or I don't know if that's a normal thing in different households where people get their kids things. And honestly, it does really make a difference. It's like, a lot of people probably think, oh, it's not gonna matter, they're not even gonna appreciate it. We do. And it actually shapes people when you can show them, hey, even though you're single, even though you have nobody, you still have us, you still have your support system and everything around you that straight up loves you and wants you to know that you are loved no matter what your relationship status is all about our relationship and how we bond and how we see each other, you know. So that used to always make my year, like, you know, as the years went on and stuff, just being able to be like, yeah, I know I might expect something from him because, you know, he's the GOAT. So that's that. I also want to talk about ladies, I want y'all to hear me. If y'all don't get this man something for Valentine's Day, what are y'all doing? Like, I am an advocate for making other people feel special. Like, I want people to know that, hey, you're seen as well. I don't feel like Valentine's Day is strictly for women. I feel like they're for people, and that man wants to feel appreciated too. Just the same way you want to be showered in all these gifts and love and all this stuff. Maybe just, you don't have to take the advice, but it's out there. Get that man something. If you look at what's actually going on, a lot of men do not get gifts. So if you get that man a gift, it's not going to hurt you, and it's going to make his day, probably going to stick in his memory for as long as he can remember, because it's like, wow, that's something different. No other female has really went out for me like that. So I think that is very important to show that to a man, especially if that man is a good man. If that man ain't treating you right, who cares? If he do whatever, like if he get you something and that man ain't treating you right, take what you gotta get, because we're not doing stuff for people who don't appreciate us, you know. This advice is only for the people who are treating you right and treating you how you want to be treated, not just treating you away out of convenience or something, trying to get something up out of you. So you also make sure you know the difference. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, get that man something if he's treating you right. And for the single people, is it really F love, or is love effing you? And there is no shade, because honey, I'm single too, but I am also open to doing things like going out with men who deserves my time, or who've earned my time. How about that? It's tough out here, and it's like I can't talk. If you're anything like me, you're not just trying to hand your heart away to the first eligible bachelor. So, you know, do what you gotta do and see what's out there. Go on dates, because that's what our 20s is really for. Like, kudos for the people who get married and settle down and have their family already. That's big congratulations. Like, y'all just a little bit more mature than I am, or y'all, you know, you got a little bit more planned out than I do. So that's cool. But for people who are in their 20s and they are figuring out themselves and wanting to see what the world has to offer, like outside of, you know, normal monogamy and, you know, settling down, do it. Because there are men, when I tell you there are men out here who will do almost anything for you, you might as well. Because who says that this opportunity is going to come again? So if you are anything like me and just dating right now, not really settling down and committing, have fun. be safe, have fun, and see how people treat you in public. Because I really just had this conversation last night when I had to let a dude know, like, yes, we go on dates in order to see how they act in public, because you do not want to go like straight into a relationship not knowing how somebody treats you in public, because some people switch up and they will treat you a certain way in privacy, and then when you out there it's like a whole nother person. Me, I need to know what's up. I need to know what's up at all times. So I find that important to explore my options and to be able to see how different people treat me and see how I feel around them and what vibe we get when we talking to each other. Or are you an intellectual? Are you emotionally available? Are you this? Are you that? Do you not necessarily check the boxes off my list, but can you fill out this survey, if that makes sense? Like, you don't necessarily have to have every attribute that somebody is looking for, but the qualities that are best in you will always outshine a lot of things, especially if they are what's the word, pivotal, if they're placed at a higher value, right? So with you having either good communication skills, or you can actually look at someone in their eyes when you're talking to them, or you can recall information that has been said to you without them having to ask, like, oh, when's my birthday? Or, oh, I heard your favorite color was X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things will make you more attractive, fellas, if you are, trying to win somebody over and trying to, be like, hey, I'm listening to you, I'm here for you, da-da-da. Keep doing what you're doing and work on your weaker attributes to eventually make them stronger and everything. But just want to wrap this up because this wasn't meant to be long at all. Excuse me. At the end of the day, no, it's not about couples expressing love on this day. It's about loving those people around you. Like I said in the beginning, I've been single a long time, especially on Valentine's Day, and I think I recently just started getting gifts and whatnot as an adult. So, I'm grateful that I, got to be on both sides of the coin, where it's like, oh, you get absolutely nothing from people who aren't related to you, get something from people that are related to you, or get stuff from friends, or get something from boyfriend, or whatever the case is, or even just a date or whatever. So yeah, show somebody that you love them today. I'm telling you, it does not have to be somebody that you're dating. Any small act of kindness towards somebody could probably make their whole day and make them not feel as alone as they could be, because a lot of people take this day to heart. Get it? No pun intended. I'm sorry. This is not a time to be joking, but just be a genuine person. And if you love somebody, show them that while they're here. Shout out to everybody who does have somebody. Shout out to the people who are good where they're at, being single and alone. Shout out to everybody, because y'all are the real ones. And yeah, that's really all I have to say today. I hope y'all have fun tonight. Get crazy, but not too crazy. You feel me? But that's all the time I have for today. I'm Taisha, and I promise I won't bite my tongue.